quickly go over some of the foods that I eat on a daily basis. They're both nutritious and also relatively easy and quick to prepare. I'm going to go over what I eat. I actually usually eat these in the evening. Any high quality eggs. I happen to have Organic Valley, such and such. It doesn't matter. I just get pretty good quality eggs. They're extremely healthy food. I tend to, because I want to eat a lot of protein, and many of you need to as well if you're my clients, so I will usually put like 6 or so eggs in there, and then I'll take out, most of the yolks. I'll take out like 2 to 4 yolks. There's also another thing you can get, which I just don't have on the hand right now. They're egg beaters. They're organic. They're good quality egg beaters, and all that means is, well, not egg beaters, egg whites. You can get like contained egg whites, and it's just X amount of volume, and then you just multiply whatever you need. So it's a very easy way to do it. And I always throw in some spinach to my omelet. I'll throw a lot in there because it shrinks up quite a bit. I'll take like 2 big handfuls. I'll saute it in a little bit of water and olive oil. I'll cover it so the steam makes it all wet, and then it shrinks down a lot. So it's a very easy way to sneak in a good portion of vegetables in your omelet. Oftentimes with the omelet, I'll have these Ezekiel muffins. I used to eat Ezekiel bread, but I like these better. They seem to have a fluffier texture. The Ezekiel bread was more, very dense, and like it almost cut up your inside of your mouth. It's just very tough when you toast it. So I happen to like these quite a bit, and I always put organic, raw almond butter on it. I try to eat any raw variety anytime I can. I once did the raw diet, and I saw the benefit of eating foods that are raw. What does raw mean? Raw just means not heated past a certain point. I think it's like 117 degrees or something like that. And once a food is heated beyond that point, a lot of the organic inherent enzymes that will help your body not only digest but assimilate the nutrients, it kills them. So again, and I've said this before, it's a little phrase I like to throw in there once in a while. It's not what you eat, it's what you absorb and assimilate. Okay, so you have to keep your body clean and pure so you can assimilate what you eat. Bam, not too complicated there. This, of course, the sweet potato. You can cook these a variety of ways. They're cheap, they're super healthy. It's a perfect carbohydrate, very high in fiber, very naturally sweet taste. I will either make a big batch where I whip them up into like a mashed potato type thing, and then I'll throw some pecans on top to kind of mimic. I don't know if you guys ever had like the Ruth's Chris, I don't know what they call it, but it's like a sweet potato casserole. It's a decadent dessert type meal. I try to mimic that as much as possible. The way they do it, they whip it up with butter, and they throw cinnamon and sugar and pecan. It's like a delicious, it's a crazy meal. So I try to mimic that as best I can and as healthy as I possibly can. As you see, and I recommend this to a lot of my guys lately, it's just a big container of rice. It's very simple. You add water and rice, and you click on, and then an hour later the rice is basically done. You could not get any easier than that, and I make a big amount like this, and it'll last me all week, easily. Here we go. Here's another container of, you might be able to guess it. The trainer's having trouble getting the lid off. Just bear with him, please. It was a weird leverage point. It wasn't my lack of strength. Chicken, okay? I pre-cook chicken. I do it once a week. I usually have a couple of containers of this. I eat at least a big piece of this every day. Most of you that I will advise to watch this should be eating perhaps a half of that a day or something like that. But anyway, again, if you do it one day a week, you cook up the chicken and rice, there's an entire meal. And what I like to do to add my healthy fats, I just drizzle some olive oil on the chicken and the rice. It makes it less dry tasting, and it's also a wonderful source of healthy fat, and it complements this boring meal very nicely. And lastly, and depending on how many carbs you want to be taking in, I like to dip my chicken in hummus. I really love Mediterranean food. I love hummus. This is a really high quality Cedars organic hummus. You can get it at Whole Foods. And I try not to eat too much. I could easily eat this entire container per one piece of chicken, but I try to eat at the most like a third of it. Sometimes I go overboard though. I love hummus. Fish oil pills. I'm going to do a supplement video soon. I consider this is technically a supplement, but I oftentimes consider a supplement more of a source of micronutrients. What are micronutrients? Micronutrients are your vitamins, your minerals, etc. This is a healthy source of fat in a condensed form. So I consider this more of a macronutrient, which is proteins, fats, and carbs. So that's why I threw it in there. I try to have like between 5 and 10 grams a day, which is between 5 and 10 pills a day. It's much more than this will recommend, but if you look into the studies, there's actually been studies where people take upwards of 10 grams a day, and just in itself, they lose body fat. Just for doing nothing else, just taking these, it's super healthy. I think that's about it, folks. Ignore the scotch. It was here when we moved in. I don't know anything about that. So, yes, that's all. I tend to go on and on a lot, so that's it. Peace.